All right. Welcome to the very first episode of the MINGUCHO show. This is a conversation based podcast hosted by me, the infamous MINGUCHO. And the whole gist of this is me getting to know a bunch of strangers on the internet, asking the thought provoking questions such as what is the meaning of life and will that fit in there? So I am joined by a very illustrious guest. The guest that will be kicking off this podcast with me is one of the people that tune into my Reddit live streams and actually commented that I should start a podcast so we can blame our guest here, Greyattimes, for this whole fucking thing happening in the first place. So, my first question, Greyattimes, is why do you think I should have started this podcast?
Well, because one, you are very entertaining. That's why I've tuned into your stream so many times. You are very funny and you are a quick thinker. So I think that would be perfect for you.
Well, that makes me feel good. You can see my face right now in the meeting that we have, and you can tell that I am rosy red on my cheeks, both on my face and my ass. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh no, I feel like I'm in a job interview.
You are. Where do you see yourself? Like, where that actually, you know
Where do
what?
you see yourself in 5 years?
That was my follow up question. So here you go.
Oh no. Do you interview people for real?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. I mean, well, I'm on Reddit all the time because I'm in quarantine right now. So that's what I'm currently doing. But normally I'm a disc golfer. That's half of my life. And I have a 4-year-old child, and that's the other half of my life.
All right. What's your 4-year-old child's name?
Her name is Juliana.
Juliana. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so you mentioned disc golf, and like, I don't really know too much about you other than you're a professional disc golfer. So like, how did you get into that? Like, that's something that's very interesting to me, and I wanna kind of delve into that a little bit deeper.
Well, when I was a freshman in high school, we had in our gym class, they actually taught us disc golf for part of our gym class, and there was a little course on the school property. So we went out there and like threw a couple discs. Barely learned anything. We just had to learn the rules of disc golf and take like an actual written test on it in our gym class. But then anyway, I was a track runner, and then I got into a car accident and broke my leg and couldn't run track anymore. And so I didn't have any sports to do for a long time. And then when I was 19, I met a guy, and he was a disc golfer, and he took me out, and I tried it, and then I fell in love with it. One, it's very inexpensive, not expensive at all to do. And then two, you're outside, enjoying the nature, maybe drinking a few beers. But yeah, that's about it. And then started doing tournaments, and now here I am. Like, I think I started in 2016, so this would be my 5th season of doing tournaments, and started playing pro last year.
So, what does it take to excel in the highly competitive world of disc golf? Like, how long have you been taking performance enhancing drugs allegedly?
Well, I started taking steroids when I was 16 years old for track, and then once I broke my leg, I kind of stopped taking them, and I started to put on some weight. So then I started taking them again once I found disc golf, and now I am very, very beefy, and I have huge muscles, which make me throw discs really, really far.
Now, what would you say? What part of your physique, besides your gigantic fat cock, are you most proud of?
What part of my physique am I most proud of? Um, I don't know. My legs, probably. They're pretty muscly and they're pretty nice. They look nice in a dress. My
Excellent.
cock only shows sometimes unless I tuck it under properly.
So, like you probably would have to wear a skirt like below the knee, just so this way you can ensure that your gigantic dong does not,
Hang down
upset
too far.
upset people in the sizzler that you're eating at.
So, oh my god, I can't even. Sometimes it does peek out a little bit. That's why I have to wear the proper underwear where you can just tuck it down and back. It's like you tuck it down and then back towards your butt. So, and then you wear really, really tight underwear so it never moves.
I mean, listen, we've got tucking tips for tucking your tip. Uh, so now, I have really no knowledge of disc golf other than like the time that we would play disc golf with my like music teacher, like my band teacher, like maybe once or twice a year when it was really nice out, would just blow off the entire like band practice, and we'd go outside, we'd throw a frisbee around, and we'd play disc golf. So like I remember, we would just like pick something that would be the hole, basically like a tree or that. But like, I have seen videos and like GIFs on Reddit and shit. Yes, I do say GIF rather than GIF. I am very,
I
very,
thought it was GIF, and everybody always argues me that it's GIF.
no, it's GIF because when somebody gives you a present, it's a gift. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there should be a T on it then, right?
No. Like I'm saying like for the phonetic aspect of it, right? GIF, but when
Yeah.
someone gives you a present, it's a gift.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've just blown the internet wide open with that because nobody can prove me wrong. Um,
Well, what about George?
Fuck George. I don't know
It
nothing
starts
about
with a G.
George. You know?
His name starts with a G.
Listen, we're digressing from the point at hand here. So, like, I know that like there's on like the holes and stuff. There's kind of like a chain, like you would like see on a basketball court. So, like, how do you measure like the level of difficulty on like a disc golf hole?
Distance, the probably the length of the fairway, the width of the fairway, and how long of the fairway it is. If you have a lot of obstacles in the fairway and it's a 450-foot hole, it'll be a par four. But if you have a wide open hole that's 450 feet, it's probably a par three. So length, width, and obstacles probably how they would judge the difficulty of a hole.
Now, like you're making a living doing this, correct?
No,
Oh,
not at all.
you said you went pro.
Yeah, but pro disc golfers, especially women, don't make hardly any money. And I just started playing pro, and I am a local Michigan player who plays in the professional level. I don't really travel because I have a kid, so.
I mean, that's buns. That's terrible. Like I would imagine like the purse at like a disc golf tournament should be in like the tens of millions of dollars. Especially now that like recreational marijuana has been legalized in many, many states.
I know that's the dream, is to make that much money so that you can buy more weed.
That's an excellent point. All right, so definitely like that's really fucking cool that like regardless of what like anything or anything could be, if it's like vaping or like fucking being LeBron James playing in the NBA, like you for all intents and purposes are playing at the highest level in your chosen sport to compete in, and that's definitely something that I respect. That's really fucking cool. um so let's
Oh,
move
hey, thanks.
let's move into some questions here. I know that you've prepared some questions for me. I wanna go to your first question.
Okay, so it was really, really hard for me to come up with questions. I'm horrible at it, absolutely horrible. So I went on Google and then I searched for, I typed in questions to ask random guy from the internet. And it came up with a list it ignored the word random and came up with a list of just questions to ask guys. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to date this guy. So and then I had to go and search all through Google to find questions. And I picked some good ones, I think. There was probably hundreds and hundreds of questions, and I could only come up with 5 from that.
All right, stop teasing me and stick it in already. What do we got?
Okay. First question. What is your bedtime routine?
My bedtime routine consists of a few things. First, I lay out my clothes, assuming that, because we're recording this during quarantine time, so my routine is completely thrown off. So my bedtime routine consists of getting my clothes and everything ready for the day ahead. Then I write down in a journal what went on during the day, what I'm hoping to accomplish within the next day. Then I brush my teeth. I use my water flosser. I furiously masturbate to The Joy of Painting by Bob Ross.
By Bob Ross?
Yeah, exactly. It's
way.
just something about the way that man paints just, gets all of the MINGUCHO juices flowing. And then I cry and I feel really, really bad about myself because the only thing that allows me to maintain an erection is a deceased painter with a very large afro. Then I say my prayers and I go to bed.
Well, that's a lovely bedtime routine. I'm really glad to hear that you write in a journal. That's kind of cool. Not a lot of people do that.
I think it's important. I mean, it's really easy for me to lie about, my masturbation habits on a podcast. But
some of Bob Ross's paintings can do that to you, especially the ones that have a log cabin right in the front.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, art does move people in mysterious ways, but like for me,
very mysterious.
For me, the reason why I think writing down stuff in a journal is an important thing for me personally is it's really, really hard for me to lie to a piece of paper. And I've gone back in this journal and I've read how I felt like, this is something that I really only started doing, relatively recently, maybe like 6 months or so, and reading the type of shit from like 6 months ago and like where I'm at now. I was a lot better off 6 months ago, but like emotionally, I feel pretty good now too. And it's good to kind of have something that I can go back and have some real like evidence to the person that I am, that I was, and that I'm becoming. And that's why I like journaling a lot. All right, next question.
From me?
Yes.
Okay. If you were a bagel, what type of bagel would you be and why?
I would be an egg everything bagel because I'm fucking awesome. I have a little bit more flavor than any other bagel. You can put anything on me and spread it all over me. And I, kind of just can mix things up a little bit. So that's why I'd be an egg everything bagel.
Wow, that's the exact same bagel I said, except for without the egg. I didn't even know there was such a thing as that.
Yeah, it's like an egg wash kind of like bagel, like almost like the same way that they do like French toast. But it's not like sweetened or anything.
New York is known for their bagels, right?
We are known for our bagels as well as our Jews. All right, so
wow.
So my turn.
Okay.
You're on a deserted island, right? And you can only take one pornographic video with you. What one do you choose?
You act like I've seen porn before. I don't know. Maybe one entire season of Bob Ross's paintings. That sounds like a great porn to bring with me.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I stole your answer. Wait, you think I'm going to reveal my porn habits on the internet?
Of course, that's the whole point. We're supposed to be open with America right now. America wants to hear our deepest, darkest secrets. So, speaking of deepest, darkest secrets, right? If you had to pick which Friends character